Heyo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. It is Sunday, May the 20th, 2018, and the biggest story of the week is the WWE finds themselves in the precarious position of finding a new home for SmackDown Live, and we are here to talk about it right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean, baby. The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let's do it.
The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is the world's greatest tag team, Thor, the wrestling god of thunder, the official sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, and my little buddy and most loyal companion, been with me since day one, the world heavyweight champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue, the snowball microphone. Thank you guys so much once again for checking out the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show tonight. Big news, in my opinion. How can you tell me that NBCUniversal, the parent company of USA Network, sees zero value in SmackDown Live? They don't want it. They do not want the Blue brand, the home of AJ Styles, the greatest wrestler in the world right now, the home of Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, and the list goes on and on of top names in the business that they don't give a shit about and they don't want to see on their network. That is absolutely ludicrous. This is coming off the heels of the news that they have offered and were more than happy to renew their deal with the WWE for Monday Night Raw, which any self-respecting fan knows that as of right now ain't worth 10 fucking cents. But they signed a deal that over the next 4 years is estimated to earn the WWE $180 million a year across that span of time. That adds up to nearly $750 million. That is some serious cash for a show that's big time trash right now. And I know everybody wants to say, oh, they're making money, right? It don't matter what they're doing, they're printing cash, right? But imagine right now, if they were booking proper wrestling, if they put on a show that was worthy of a wrestling fan and worthy of the WWE, some of the stuff that we were used to getting. Can you imagine the money they actually would be making? Sure, the stock is up right now, but it would be up twice as high if they were giving us quality television. If you're making this much money giving us garbage, imagine the limits. There would be no limits. They used to say Vince McMahon was a millionaire that used to be a billionaire, and then he became a billionaire, and the fact of the matter is he's a billionaire that should be a trillionaire because he is at the head of the most lucrative sports entertainment company on the planet. And they're content with all the money they're pulling in, just like all the talent. Oh, I got cars, I got houses. They're making money, so they don't give a shit that they're not being used properly. But imagine how much money you would all be making if you were doing things the right way and giving fans something to really invest themselves in and really get behind. This is the biggest problem. The finances and the money and the greed in corporate America that has filtered its way into sports entertainment is no clearer than what we're seeing right now. It's put the WWE in the position where now they effectively have no home for SmackDown Live when their contract with USA and NBC expires. As of right now, there's nowhere for them to go. They have a few prospects, which we will go over, but they have nothing in line as a plan. So SmackDown Live right now is homeless, if you think about it. And that's disparaging to me. I do not understand the logic in how they wouldn't want that show. Clearly, to most fans, on most weeks, SmackDown Live is the better show. It has more of the talented wrestlers. It's the wrestling fans show. And the fact that that show is not wanted by one of the biggest cable networks in the country, in the world probably, and that they see no value in it is absolutely baffling to me. Baffling to me. So like I said, the WWE is now in a weird position, and it puts us at another crossroads that brings us to something I don't want to see as well, which they are considering now putting SmackDown Live to be 3 hours long. Because it is well proven, as this deal with NBC for Raw definitely proves, that third hour generates so much money. We have heard it over and over and over again. That's why they will not revert to a 2-hour Monday Night Raw, and now they are threatening to extend the hour of SmackDown Live to a 3-hour show to make it more appealing to advertisers, to make it more friendly to them and make them more open to the fact that they are going to be able to charge premium dollar, top dollar for advertising space, which is going to filter through the entire third hour as usual on a Monday night, now on Tuesday nights. It's the one thing about Monday Night Raw that, as a universe, throughout as a whole, I think every single fan would be very appreciative if Raw pulled back to 2 hours and gave us a more fine-tuned, streamlined product with not so much filler and garbage, and maybe we'd get quality TV. That's not always the case with SmackDown Live, but it is usually the better of the two shows on most occasions. Extending that and giving us more is going to take away from SmackDown Live. It's something that we hate on Monday night, and now we might have to endure on Tuesday nights just because the WWE need to find a home for this show and they want more cash. It's always about the cash at the end of the day. So I don't know how this is all going to play out. Hopefully that is not one of the factors that ends up being, brought to life and happens, because none of us want to see that go down. As far as the future homes for SmackDown Live are concerned, as of right now, there are 3, maybe 4 possibilities, but of all of them, there is only one to me that is feasible. And that is the possibility of them linking up with Fox. It has been long rumored that Fox and the WWE have been in negotiations for something. For what, we don't really know. It's possible that they have already been shopping around SmackDown Live looking for a backup plan. And Fox, to me, would be the better of the two. If any of the other choices on this list that I have here are where they actually find their home for SmackDown Live, it will, without question, the argument of what show is the A show and the B show will be null and void. And we will prove that with these lists right now. Right now, like I said, if it ends up on Fox, it could still be in contention with the A show. Fox is a major network. I don't know if they're going to be on primetime Fox. Here in New York, it's Fox 5, which is the main channel. I don't know if it's going to be Fox Sports or FSY or whatever it is, FSN. Whatever those networks, Fox has a million networks, they could spread it across. I'm not sure what the actual destination will be, but Fox as a premium network in the United States and probably globally is the best option here. And they are losing some of their UFC content due to a dual contract that the UFC has pulled off, that some of their stuff will be on ESPN, some of their stuff is going to be on Fox, as it used to be the exclusive property of Fox. And now, Fox has some holes in their lineup. They got a couple of gaps they need to fill in, and the WWE would fit right into everything that they do there at Fox Sports. And if it ended up on Fox 5 live on Tuesday nights, is a very big possibility. They used to be on UPN across the country. Here in New York, it was UPN 9, so there is a chance that might be, and I hope, out of all of these that I'm about to tell you, that is the final destination, because the other choices on this list are Facebook, Amazon, and the WWE Network. Now, the only positive that could come out of this show being exclusively put on the WWE Network is it could follow in the same suit of an NXT, where it's not really hindered by network bullshit, network propaganda, and what the network wants to see. It's just a WWE show, free to do whatever they want. However, the hit they will take in the revenue generated from the advertising off of SmackDown Live will be tremendous. And by offering it as an exclusive thing on the WWE Network, I do not think will generate the subscriber numbers that they would hope to get by doing such a maneuver like that. And that is a terrible move to make it only available on the WWE Network. So we definitely don't want to see that. As far as Facebook goes, we all seen what happened with the Mixed Match Challenge. That is no surprise. It started off with a bang. It was red hot. It had millions and millions of viewers. And the drop-off from week to week, which I could tell you affected this channel firsthand. My initial coverage of the Mixed Match Challenge was generating tons of views. Some of the best stuff I have on this channel as far as viewership goes. But slowly and surely every week, by the hundreds, the drop-off with each episode that I put up caused me to not even cover the end of the show, because by the end nobody was watching and nobody gave a shit. I don't want that to be the same fate as SmackDown Live. First of all, the streaming live, for me at least, and I have a Prime connection, I got some pretty good devices to stream through, and I was getting shit service through Facebook Live. I don't know if it's just me, but I think that's a terrible maneuver. As far as Amazon goes, I don't even know how that works. Amazon, do you have to have like a subscription? They have an exclusive TV network? I'm not sure. I'm not a very big Amazon person. I don't know how their television and streaming service works at all. But by putting it on a show like that, on a network like that, that would do just as much damage as Facebook would, I would think. And I wouldn't want that to happen at all. I wouldn't want to have to join up to another service to have to watch SmackDown, and I'd end up watching it on the WWE Network or on Hulu, which half the time is cut to shit, and you don't see it live, and they edit it to their will to push whatever agenda it is that they're looking forward to do. So I don't want to see either of those three moves. Facebook is a bad move, Amazon is a bad move, and WWE Network, not really a bad move. It would be better for the show, but for the company overall and for the finances, would not be good at all. So like I said, Fox is the only way to go. Fox is the only way to go. And the fact that there are not other networks that are looking to grab this show is just astronomically ridiculous to me. This is the second or third biggest show in the world. Raw and SmackDown WWE content on primetime television always generates big numbers. They rival the NFL at times. They're a big deal worldwide. To not be able to grab their second biggest show, or to not have the desire for your company or your network to have the second biggest show in probably the biggest entertainment company in the world outside of Hollywood, it's baffling. It's baffling, and I don't understand how that's even happening. USA Network doesn't give a shit about wrestling. That's what this proves. All they want is entertainment, and we do not want that as much as it is. We keep getting shows that are driven by television writers that have 3 hours to fill, and they keep trying to give us stupid variety shows. If I wanted a fucking variety show, I'd go and watch Sonny and Cher. Or I'd go back and watch Viva La France, or whatever the hell that show was called on Comedy Central, with the guys from Reno 911. It's not what I'm looking for on a Monday and a Tuesday. When I'm tuning into a wrestling show, I want to see a wrestling show. I don't want to see Variety Comedy Hour with the Smothers Brothers. Absolute fucking ridiculous. I am totally dating myself with each and every reference that comes out of my mouth. But if you are in my generation, you know each and every reference that I mentioned, and you probably nodding your head like, yeah, we understand what you mean. I don't want to see all this fucking circus that we see every Monday and Tuesday. I want to see wrestling like we get on a Wednesday. And I'm getting more and more requests in my comment section every week for me to cover some NXT. Maybe you guys want to see me in more of a positive mood. Maybe I have a lot more fun. I don't know what the motivating factor is, because NXT is a very hard show to review because it's always so good that I don't just want to sit here like I do on a House of Glory review, which we put up earlier this afternoon, and just tell you how awesome it is and not really have anything negative to say. Although I'm sure the hammer will be able to come down on some NXT from time to time. So I may bring that, guys, to you. It might not be on a regular basis, but when there's something big to talk about, I just might grace you guys with something like that. Let me know if that's something you would be interested in the comment section down below. We had some other stories to talk about, but I wanted to focus this one specifically on what I think is the biggest story coming out of the weekend, which is SmackDown Live. We may be back with some of the other stories we didn't get to talk about. All In selling out Chicago. We may do that in a future episode. Jeff Hardy getting injured again. I don't even know if I want to really talk about it because he's injured every single week. But we could talk about that on a future episode. And there's a lot of WWE stars popping up in the Impact Zone lately. I think maybe we'll cover that and get that video up probably sometime tomorrow before Monday Night Raw. As far as tonight's concerned, our biggest worry is the fate of SmackDown Live, as SmackDown is in the middle of a breakdown. And it'll be interesting to see what the fate of the blue brand ends up being and where the WWE is going to go from here. Only time will tell. And the only thing I could tell you for sure is that as soon as anything breaks, we will be here with you, and we will bring the hammer down on it like we always do right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. I want to thank you guys once again for being with me with this quick breaking news segment. We're debuting the new layout here. We popped it up a couple of times this weekend on the House of Glory stuff, just giving it a test run, trying to make it look a little more crispy, a little bit more, professional. Trying to amp up the game here at the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let me know if you enjoy it. Don't forget to join the Sledgehammer Club by just hitting that subscribe button down below. That's all you got to do. Subscribe. Join the hundreds of fans that already know that this is the place to be when you want the hammer brought down on your pro wrestling. No matter what it is, I will be here to do that for you. So subscribe right now so you do not miss any of the great wrestling content that goes up on Sledgehammer TV all the time. And then make sure you smash that thumbs up. Raise your own sledgehammer at home and bash it down on your mouse. Don't break it, but give it a nice solid tap and join in on the fun and let everybody know that this show was thumbs up. And then share this video with each and every one of your wrestling friends all over the wrestling world, and let's get this club to 1,000 subscribers before we can hit Money in the Bank. Would be great. It would be great, and I need you guys to do that for me. Don't forget to be with us every Monday and Tuesday night for Raw and SmackDown Live reviews. We put up the House of Glory review, like I said. Make sure you check it out. It was an absolutely great time. You could hear my story about having a drink with Lucha Underground's Monster Matanza. That's right, Jeff Cobb and I, we're sitting at the bar together, and if you want to know more about that, check out the House of Glory review. It will be linked in the annotations up above. That is going to do it, you guys. Thank you so much once again for being here. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me is the world's greatest tag team, Thor, the wrestling god of thunder, the official sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, and the world heavyweight champion of microphones, Blue the Snowball. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV, available on iTunes, Stitcher, Radio, Podbean, baby, and of course right here on YouTube.com. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Good night.